Hello and welcome to the Easily Excitable podcast. My name is Top and with me this week is Kelly. Hey man, how's it going?
Hey, Top. I'm doing pretty alright. Pretty alright. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing alright. I've just decided today that it's a good idea, because I got myself a bunch of new software to use, to try and transition and trial this, recording this podcast on the new equipment software stuff and see how it all goes and whether it works or not. If it doesn't work, ooh, well, that's going to be interesting. Mm. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
it seems to look like it's going relatively smoothly so far. And so I got new software the other day. It's going to be for recording music and podcasts primarily. And learning how to record music is like starting all over again. I've become like so accustomed to using GarageBand and how that
Right.
functions that I'm kind of stuck. I'm like, I don't really know what I'm doing now that I've started with this new software. But I've made progress and I understand what's going on. It's more powerful than GarageBand, which is useful, but at the same time, more stuff to do in the software means more stuff to know how to do. So
Yeah.
it's a bit of a mess. I also got some video editing software as well, so I can put the video part of the podcast together. It's probably way more advanced than I need, but I can probably do some fun things with it if I were to try and do some like actual video editing stuff. So yeah, I've kind of led myself into a position where I've got lots of stuff I want to try out, but at the moment I've got no time. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, right?
Yeah, what
So
else is new, man?
I know, right? It's always gonna be busy, but I've got at this point in time 8 weeks of stuff left to do. Then I've got essentially 3 months off. So during those 3 months, I hope to just keep working on stuff and figuring out how to use all the software I've got and maybe enhance my skill set and learn way more things to do. So I'm like really looking forward to having some time off to do stuff that is just learning more stuff basically. So but that's like me all over in it, just like, oh yeah, I've got time off, so I'm going to use that time to just record and make stuff and learn how to do things and essentially give myself a whole bunch of project work to do rather than relax.
Ah, man. Well, you got to keep yourself busy.
Totally, totally.
Yeah.
So speaking of relaxing and things like that, it was a holiday time recently, and the GGG took a trip to Galveston, Texas.
Yes, after Austin, Texas. But
After into
yes.
Austin, yeah. So what did you get up to on the trip to Galveston? Because RTX was an awesome trip, and I've talked at length about it. And I know you guys all went on this trip to Galveston, and from what I saw, it looked like it was a whole bunch of fun.
Yeah, I mean, I can really only speak for myself, but hope everyone else had a good time too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, of course. I had a good time too. It was, like I said before, I think before I went on the trip, I always find that the most important thing is the people and getting to see everyone and spend time with them and things like that. Um, and so obviously that was the best part for me. But yeah, we did a lot of chilling, which was good. We spent just a lot of quality time, I think, which was good. There was a pool table, so that was one of the main events.
Nice.
But aside from that, we went to the beach. We some people went shooting. Um, Mini golfing, movies, all kinds of different stuff, man. But it was a good, relaxed week, I think, and I think that's just kind of one of the better things is to spend that time with friends. So yeah, it was a good time, I think.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, from what I've heard, everyone had a great time. And they're just. Well, Ellie even tweeted, I think it was yesterday, being like, oh, this time a month ago, I was flying to Texas to have the best holiday ever. And I was just like, oh, why can't it be a month ago? But then you'd still have all the things to. Yeah. And,
Yeah,
yeah, but yeah, totally sounds like you had like, as a group, had a fantastic time out in Texas.
I certainly think so. So
Cool, cool. what have you been busy with since like you got back from that holiday time? Has it just been plowing on with work and running the GGG?
Yeah. So I've been trying to do more with the group, which is good.
Hmm.
But aside from that, I've been given kind of like a bigger project at work, so I've been trying to balance that and everything else. But yeah, it's been solid. Definitely trying to pick things back up
Hmm.
from before the trip, and just kind of be better, do better, and keep moving forward. So yeah, man.
Cool, cool. What have you been playing recently? Anything fun, interesting, or new?
The newest thing that I've picked up, or rather the two newest things, one being newer in terms of its release, is I picked up Pyre yesterday, and I
Ah,
haven't had a
okay.
lot of time to play it,
Hmm.
but I have played about, I would say maybe 30 minutes.
Okay.
Um, but I've enjoyed it, and I've seen some gameplay from other people, and I've listened to a bunch of stuff about it, so I decided, hey, whatever, I'll check it out.
Hmm.
And I think that I'm gonna have a really good time with it. So I am looking forward to continuing that.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I heard them talk about it on Glitch Please, and
Yeah.
I was real interested about it. I need to watch a video or something because I do not understand what they're talking about. Because it seems like you go, they said they've been playing for about 6 to 8 hours, and it's been all the same stuff, but apparently it opens up after that, and I don't even know what it's like before then. They were saying like a visual novel, and I'm just like lost in what they're saying because there's like games in between all that stuff. And oh yeah, I totally need to check it out because it sounds interesting, but I don't know whether it's like my style of game or not. But,
Yeah, I don't know if it's my style either. That's what I'm
yeah.
looking to find out. Just
Hmm.
because it's so, it is different
Uh-huh.
from I think a lot of other games, if not all of them. Incorporates a lot of different styles and kind of meshes things together in a way that I don't know if it's been done before.
Hmm.
And so I don't even know if those styles individually are something that I'm normally into. Like a visual novel, I've never played through a full visual novel myself. Um, I I mean, I guess the other comparison to another game genre would be sports games. I've never been big
Yes.
into sports games either. Um, so it's this is kind of an experiment for me, but I'm also looking forward to everything that I've heard about it because I do love um, characters, I do love story, and I do love good game mechanics, and I consider characters and story to be also able to be game mechanics. Yeah, for those reasons, I was like, I'll give it a try. So I've liked it so far,
Hmm.
and I'm looking forward to playing it some more. And aside from that, I've also picked up Smite only because other people have wanted to play like bots, which is and Smite's the MOBA for anyone who's wondering or doesn't know. Um, and so I was like, I'm not gonna actually play Smite, but I will play bots with you guys because I do not want to actually jump into a MOBA for real. I never have. I don't know if I ever will.
Yeah.
So I'm like, nope, no thanks. But I will play in bots with you all in custom games. So
Cool.
yeah,
What separates Smite as well from most MOBAs is that it's third person rather than top down isometric,
yes.
and that's interesting. But yeah, MOBAs never really gripped me. A few of my friends play them and they're really into them, but it's kind of I don't want to take that plunge because I know it's gonna just take up so much of my time, and I already have enough games that I want to play. So yeah, I've been playing more and more of Black Ice. It got patched. I decided it would be a good idea to connect up a controller rather than play mouse and keyboard for it,
Hmm.
and I was having a good time with mouse and keyboard, somewhat inaccurately because I'm not great at mouse and keyboard. And then I connected up a controller. Eventually, got my like, what's it called sensitivity settings locked down, and then started actually really enjoying myself and having a good time with the controller. I really do need to practice more with mouse and keyboard because that's what that's what computer games like on PC are really built around.
Yeah, for the most
But
part.
but playing it with a controller, no detriment to me. I'm having a good time with it. It's single player. If I were to play multiplayer, it's all cooperative anyway, so it's not like I'd be at a disadvantage using a control over a mouse and keyboard because there's not a PvP arena per se in it.
Yeah.
And that's interesting. And yeah, been playing that. I really need to pick up Metro 2033 again. I played it once and I was like, this is fun, and then I put it down. Mainly because I've only ever I need to connect up a controller to it, so I really feel better about it. But connect up a controller, it doesn't even take long. I just haven't done it when I've been in the mood to play Metro, because I really want to play Metro earlier in the day rather than late at night, because it's all set in dark tunnels with scary monsters, and no thank you late at night. Not for me. So yeah, I just need to find myself time to do that. I've been playing more Diablo 3 because I just can't get enough of playing Diablo 3. I'm always playing Diablo 3. And then, yeah, I haven't really played anything else. I've been playing Minecraft, just Sky Factory and Minecraft again and again and again. And I have 4 different Sky Factory worlds I'm working on at the moment, and it's pointless. Why am I playing 4 worlds of it when one's enough? But the original one that I did, I consider it extremely inefficient. So I'm just trying to create a world that's significantly more efficient and doesn't have all of the drawbacks of the world that I already have existing. I'd rather run through it and have everything set up exactly how I want it as I get it, rather than wait for everything. But that's kind of, I don't know. That's a case of I've ran through and I've played so much of the original version that I had of it, and I kind of reached a point where I'm like, oh, there's stuff I want to do, but I kind of needed to do that way earlier, and now I've got all of these things in place that, I don't know, I have 7 smelteries stacked on top of one another, or something ludicrous like that, to process all of the ores, and it's probably better to actually run that kind of stuff with chickens and have chickens producing ores. As weird as that sounds, chickens can produce all the resources you need, so all you need is a rack of chickens. And I think I'm going to go down that route rather than set up a massive smelter and waste my time trying to go down that. So I know what I'm working towards in Sky Factory yet again. And
chickens,
they're so good. They are so good. If you've watched Achievement Hunters Let's Plays of Sky Factory, Jeff's just been focused on chickens. And while it's oh, awesome, he's working on chickens, there's so much more he could be doing with them. And because they have tiers. So the chickens mod's really interesting, right? So you have chickens that are regular chickens, and then you have styles of chickens, like glass chickens, iron chickens, gold chickens, any resource you can think of. There's a chicken for it.
Gotcha.
And you've got to breed to get to the right chicken, starting from a base of chickens. But all of the chickens have 3 stats as well. So there's strength, growth, and something else, and all of them contribute to anything. They go on from a scale of 1 to 10, and at 10 they produce more resources and will produce better quality eggs. So what you want to do is you want to start with your initial chickens, get them up to tier 10 chickens, and then from there then make more chickens so that your chickens are producing as efficient as possible. And then you can breed from there. Any that you breed are going to be max stats, and so it's not a waste of time, I promise. But that's what I'm trying to do, get tier 10 chickens. The problem is I'm just waiting for chickens to spawn right now. I did set up a field in my Sky Factory world, and I was like, okay, this is going to be where all my animals are going to go. And then I looked at what biome it's in. I don't know if you know much about biomes, but you're not going to spawn any surface animals in a deep ocean biome. So I was waiting for animals to spawn for ages, and then I was like, this is deep ocean, I'm not getting anything. So I had to dig up that whole platform and then move it somewhere else.
Oh, jeez.
This is a pain, considering everything can fall into the void if I make one wrong click. And yeah, it's that mod's just given me so many hours of gameplay. I just can't believe like that you can just get it for free. Like if you've got Minecraft, it's just free. You can just go to the launcher and get it. Anyway, there's I've been playing a lot of Minecraft with a bunch of different mods, and I've been playing vanilla as well, just regular plain old Minecraft. Um, have you guys been? I guess you're still game nighting in Minecraft as well.
Yeah, so I think where we're at now with our Minecraft days are if anyone has a Let's Play or if multiple people want to play, then we'll play it.
Mhm.
But for now, it's just kind of been, and this has been a growing theme with us. It's just been kind of, hey, if anyone wants to play X game, we can play X game, and then we just kind of hang out. So it's been a little bit less Minecraft recently, just because
Cool.
we've moved, I think, away from that structure a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I know for a fact that we have some stuff on the horizon for it. So yeah.
Cool. 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 I'm sure there was a bunch of things that I said before I started that I wanted to talk about, of which I can't remember many now. Um,
Well, when you get your head so filled with chickens, man, that's what happens.
I know, right? There's just so many chickens in the world. Um, yeah, there's. I've been playing too much Minecraft, lots of Diablo. I've been studying like crazy actually because I've got an assignment due in 4 and a bit weeks now. And so I'm just about to like go on a full binge on working on this assignment and go to the library to get it done. And so I'm going to be spending so many hours in the library just trying to pore over books to try and get references and stuff like that. And it's like the one area of learning stuff that I'm not particularly comfortable with. So it's something I know I need to get better at. And yeah, I'm like, it's really daunting. I've got like this 4,500 word essay to write, and I know I'm not the best at writing, but like, yeah, that's something that I've been thinking about recently as well a lot. That I never considered myself that good at writing, but as I've done it more and more, as of today, probably 1,300 and something days, that that's helped so much that I can just be like, oh, I'm going to write this down. And it's kind of translated across into my day to day life as well. Not that I'm like, oh, I've got to write a journal every day. That if I want to get things done, I can write things down. I've got a journal. I picked up a Moleskine journal when I was in Texas in the airport, and I'm probably about a third of the way through the pages in it, like filled with
Nice.
just notes and ideas. And that was less than a month ago. And I wasn't expecting to fill that book up as quickly as I have, and certainly interesting. And I make sure I always have it around so that if I have thoughts, then I can just note them down. And I like being able to do that. I keep having thoughts like while I'm studying as well as to what things I need to do at work and what I'm unhappy with, what I want to change. Um, and I've kind of purposefully not been writing that stuff down because it's just going to get into a list that's going to get overwhelming, and then I'm going to go into work and I'm just going to be like, I am miserable here, which
Yeah.
is yeah, which is really telling. But I'm absolutely like having a lot of thoughts about work and how I can make it better, what things I need to be looking at, and what kind of information I do need to communicate to my bosses. And it's, yeah, certainly an interesting time. Were you an English major? Am I remembering that correctly?
I was slash am, yes.
Ah, you still are?
Oh
No,
yeah, I mean I still
I
have my
mean, you
degree, so
graduated from there, so you
yeah.
must be, yeah. Oh, crazy. Yeah, I forgot how that works. Yeah, I would
Uh-huh.
still say, yeah, I am a chemist. Like, I still have a chemist. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah. So did you? What kind of areas like did you focus in? Did you do like creative writing, or was it more just how to write in general? I don't know what. I don't know anything about like studying English. I don't know what it's like because I haven't done it for like 12 years or something like that right now.
It's okay. So my university had three what they called tracks for English, and one was like the sort of creative writing aspect.
Hmm.
Another was for like literature,
Hmm.
and then the third was just more of a general thing. I think it may have also included second languages, but I think it was just more so general. Um, And so I, yes, went with the creative writing track.
Oh, okay. Um,
Yeah.
how did you practice? How did you? Yeah, I want to say practice that. Did you continually write stuff, or did you? I don't really know what I want to ask.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah. No, no, it's okay. So English has always been, or rather, writing and I think putting thoughts to paper and expression and just kind of critical thinking in general have always been something that felt that I've been, in terms of my skills, better at, in comparison to my other skills. And that's ever since like growing up and everything. So all through my younger years at school, and that carried over to university. Um, and so with that, that's the whole reason I ended up choosing English in general, because I kept on waiting, hoping that I would find something else that I really wanted to do, something that really piqued my interest. But English ended up just being the thing that I know how to do the best, and so I stuck with that. Um, and so I had a lot of practice just kind of going into it, I would say. Specifically, what I focused on with my creative writing track was poetry and short stories.
mhm.
Poetry because I have a lot of experience with that already. Short stories because I feel less of a commitment than a full-on novel or piece of work. Um, but there's a lot that you can do that's similar between short stories and poetry, just because they're both usually more short form in general. So specific words, specific lines, and the order of those words and the order of those lines are much more important when there's less of them,
Yeah. Mhm.
because there's more message in between the space and in between those words. Um, so for practice, I mean, the best practice is just to do it. Just to, if you feel like writing something, if you feel like you have something that you want to say or you need to say, then you say it.
Mhm.
If you feel like there's a story that you want to tell or a story that you need to tell, um, there's no reason to wait for it. You might as well just, if you feel like writing it, write it. So yeah, that's
Okay.
me.
Cool. Cool.
There was a time when I worked retail where it was my first short story class that I had. There was a time where I would write, um, just, I think it was 100-word short stories,
Mhm.
and the practice prompt was, um, you would have you would have the first sentence already essentially mapped out, you have the last sentence already mapped out, and you would try to fill the space in between. And I would come
Okay.
up with these first sentences and last sentences that often either had nothing to do with each other, or the fact that they had anything to do with each other or would have something to do with each other would have to be interesting in order to work.
Mhm.
Um, so I got some weird things from that, interesting things from that. But yeah, no, just stuff like that, just to trying to challenge yourself, that kind of thing. So yeah,
Ah, cool. I guess the creative writing stuff also helps with us, like for example, playing Dungeons and Dragons and being a dungeon master. Clearly, you clearly spent a lot of time like thinking about it. I say a lot of time. I'm guessing that you'd have spent a lot of time working on working on like ideas for a D&D campaign and things like that. Um,
yeah, I would argue that it's helped. So
yeah, nah, interesting because yeah, something yeah. I'm not particularly great at doing fiction kind of stuff. I'm very good at like thinking on my feet and trying to come up with interesting stories. But when I came to do like the one shot campaign that I did and just write it out, I found myself writing like 3 pages of stuff for it, but there wasn't too much actually there. There were like maybe 6 events that actually occurred, and the notes could have been better organized, and descriptions could have been more succinct and actually wholesome on describing what they were describing. But
right.
yeah, it's I don't know. It's one of those things. I need to get better at that, but that's I don't know if I'm ever going to get better at that actually. Just because I don't know. I don't know. Things I don't know. Crazy world. But yeah.
Indeed, it is.
Yeah. Cool, cool. Um yeah, do you still do any of the like career writing stuff or does it really feed into other things that you do?
Yeah, so I mean, it definitely does feed into other things, but I would say that it comes and goes.
Mhm.
So at different parts of my life, it's more present. At different parts, it isn't. But yeah, I would say right now there's a fair bit of it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because, well, I'm sure everyone's aware that I just write things every single day, and like I know, yeah, like I've noticed significant improvement and ease of like choosing the right words. Um, I use on my computer Grammarly just to check all the words that I'm doing, like all the words that I'm typing to make sure that A, they're correct, and B, like my sentence structure is okay.
Right.
And every week I get every week you get a report sent, and the report always tells me that I've used an obscene amount of unique words. So it's usually above 600 unique words, and it's always above 80. I use more words than above 80% of people that use Grammarly, which is fascinating considering I write. Oh no, I typically tend to write more than 75% of the people that use Grammarly as well. So, you've got to take that with a pinch of salt. I write more words than most people, but I also use more diverse words as well. So I have a bigger repertoire of words that I actually use. I do make a lot of mistakes. One week I was more accurate than 26% of people. So, there's still mistakes in there, but luckily, like, it helps me just push out the mistakes and say, oh, all my commas are in the wrong place, because that's what it is mainly. I just put commas everywhere. I'm like, comma here, write a sentence that doesn't end. And yeah, but yeah, interesting. Wordsy
Yeah.
words. That's all fun. Cool. Kelly, where can we find you? Oh no, never mind. I just realised that the one thing I wanted to talk about was like finding people on Steam is
Oh yes,
actually a
yes.
nightmare, right? Because I've just
Yeah.
found a few people after searching for ages, trying to find them. So everyone has like a different name on Steam. They have like the name that they've chosen.
They
Um,
yeah, so they'll have their Steam username,
yeah,
which is what the thing that they log in with, or their Steam user ID, and
yeah,
then they'll have their actual community name, which people see, and you can change to be anything
yeah.
pretty much. So
And so when I was looking for you, I don't know how I found you. I think I found you through Dom's friends list. But
yes,
in
that
trying,
would work.
because Dom has a very distinct picture that he has everywhere. So he always has that picture, like no matter what platform he's on. So I
Right.
searched for McDom, of which like 400 results turned up. And I'm lucky that he was like moderately high up on the list. He was probably within the first 15, I reckon. But trying to find like just one person, there's so many people with like very similar names that it just confused the life out of me trying to find anyone. Then from there, I found that he was in the Good Good Gamers group, and that his friend list had like you and Emma and a bunch of other people on it, like Ellie and other people that I do know, I promise. And it was just, yeah, like just getting that initial binding of people was really quite challenging with Steam. But that's Steam, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it's true. Um, that's one of the reasons we actually have that Steam group, is just to make it easier to find everyone else.
Yeah,
Just because if you only have one person, you can go to their friends list, and that helps too. I think it's a very similar sort of aspect there.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm glad that you found one of us and were able to find the Steam group and the friends list, because that'll definitely lead you in the right direction for everyone else.
yeah, totally. So I need to get some games that everyone has, and then be like, yes, I'm going to play. Actually, that means I need to get TeamSpeak as well. I need to download
Hey,
TeamSpeak, and then yeah, then I'll be able to jump in and then be like, everyone, let's play golf with your friends.
oh
Because
dude, golf with your friends is great.
I know I've downloaded it, but I haven't played it because I haven't got
Hey.
friends to play with yet. Now I do
Oh
though.
man,
Now
yeah,
I
you do.
do.
Top, I would argue that you've had us all along.
Woo! So yeah. Finding friends on Steam was a pain, but now I've done it. I'm just like, yes, everything is somewhat okay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Kelly, where can we find you across the internet?
Oh man, my favorite part. Okay. Well, so let's just knock this one out. On Twitter, we are good underscore guy underscore gamers.
That is
Yeah, top.
correct.
That's
Yes.
right. Hey, all right, beautiful. Yeah, so feel free to hit us up there if you ever want to. On the RT site, we are the Good Guy Gamers. on Facebook. We're the Good Guy Gamers too, I think. But yeah, feel free to ever send me a message, Emma a message, or Beep Bep, KillerKel, either one of those. Yeah, we're a good group of people that like playing games and have fun with people, and yeah, so solid stuff.
Yeah, it's good fun. I can't wait to actually like get into playing games. Like
Yeah.
come October time when I have a significant amount of free time, I am going to be all over the group. I'm going to be like, yes, I need friends. Yes, so it's gonna be a good time. I'm looking forward to it. To be like, yes, let's have a game night, and then I'll have like 4 games that will be possible to play. I'll be like, yeah, let's just all play golf with your friends every single time. But yeah, awesome. I can be found across the internet at Ithbot or at Destroy Topham. I've been working on new music with this software, and I hope to someday get it finished. I'm still trying to figure out how to actually get drums to work. So that's
There you go.
that's the current problem. And writing drums in 9/8. Don't know how to do that yet because I'm not that great at time signatures, but that's okay. So yeah, thank you, Kelly, very much for being my guest this week.
My pleasure, as always.
Awesome. And thank you, everyone, for listening. Have an exciting week. Goodbye.
Bye.